Hi, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be planting broccoli in containers, and first thing we're going to be doing is making the potting mix for it. And this brand here does a really good job. It's called Native Earth. It's premium pine bark mulch, and what I like about it, it's fairly finely ground. You don't have a lot of big chunks in or anything like that, so it works nice for that. The other thing I'm going to do is I had some leftover potting mix from when I was doing figs, and figs didn't make it, froze out or whatever. So I'm going to take one bag of this and then this other, and just throw this in here. Now, if this was all gunky or whatever, sludgy feeling, I wouldn't use it, but you can see this is really good, still high quality. It's still well drained. That wasn't when the fig died. Had one stick in it. But I'm gonna just break this up, and this is gonna be my fines as far as usually you put in peat moss or something like that to make it hold water, retain water a little bit better than just your pine bark mulch. But that stuff's got expensive, so I'm just recycling the stuff. And so recycle that up. And I'll take the rest of this bag and pour in here. And then mix it up again. Yeah, it's going to have different compost, different components to it and stuff, but it's pretty close. And then we'll put this in here. And the reason I'm doing that is solely because these bags won't fold up on you when you first start doing it. So that way I can just dump it in there. You know, lose a lot of the potting mix that way. Now I can just start throwing it in here. And still did it. You can do it more like this. Like I said, I'm just trying to reduce the mess from these. Now this is going to have very little nutrients in it. The other thing you want to do with these bags is kind of pack them down like that. You don't want to have this much, because what this much lip on it, because I'll fall over. So I add some more to it. About like that. And once I water it down, it'll look like that stuff over there. But anyway, I'll go over here, and these are two I mixed up earlier, and then I watered them in. And we're going to put nutrients in these things, okay? Some people don't like Miracle-Gro. It works pretty good for me. Organics just doesn't work that well. And I'm using 1 tablespoon for this whole container. Fill that up with water. I like to keep this still on it so to spread the water out the nozzle. And I'll move this out of the way. Now these are ones that I started earlier from our transplants. I like using transplants because that way you can kind of control the growth and then space them out correctly. I'm only going to put 1 per bag in these. These things should get big. When you plant them in the ground, you space them 18 inches apart is the best. You can go up to 1 foot, closer to 1 foot, but you won't go any closer than that. So let's set this over. This was the first one we planted, and it had a little bit of nutrients problems with it, so I had to add a little bit. So I added, and these, when I added nutrients to them, now this is a potting mix that I got stored called Ocean Forest, and it's pretty nutrient dense. I went ahead and added some nutrients to it, but it was a or half a teaspoon. And that is this spoon level in a gallon of water. So that's all the nutrients added to it. And I didn't add, every time I added water, I didn't necessarily add that because it got to growing too well. Now, what I like about, and this is a cauliflower called Twister, and it twists so you don't have to tie the leaves up on the cauliflower to keep them white. So we'll pull those out, set that there, and then you can just pop them out. I try to pop out the ones in the middle because they're the ones that's going to have shaded, and all you have to do is push the bottom up and take it out. And I think I broke it. So we'll try another one. I just have a small one here, so we just clip it off. I probably don't need to do this, but I like my gadget. And just make a little hole. Just a little deeper. And then just cover it up like that. It looks small. It is small. You're seeing a little bit of cuts on the leaf. Sometimes that just happens, and sometimes that is a sign of a worm. So you kind of keep your eye on it. You watch it close just to make sure it's not causing any more problems. And then you always water your stuff in good. Just gently water the wash. And even though I've watered this already earlier today, I'm going to water it real good now because the other, I just used a nozzle. I did not add any nutrients to it. So this will give it some nutrients throughout the potting mix so it can grow well. Now let's do there. This is the broccoli, and this broccoli is Green Magic, and do the same thing with it. Got just a little bit of water in the bottom of it because it gets really hot here, and if you don't have a little bit of water in it, it doesn't do as well. Now this one is a bigger 16-inch cell, and so we make a little bit bigger hole. And just gently put it down there, get it where it's standing straight up. I will leave that root there so I don't screw anything up. And then it's planted. Now what, about a week ago, I planted some more of these. You go back and look at the video because I did it on videos. And they were the same. They came from these here. Okay, so a little bit further along. But to give you an idea of when you plant these, they do grow faster. We'll go over here. And these are all Green Magic. And like I say, they're doing really well. I planted 2, and this is a bigger one, so I planted 2 in this one because this is, I think, a 10-gallon. That's a 7-gallon. That's 5-gallon, and this is 5-gallon bucket. But they're all looking good. I see a little bit of hose like right there. There's some hose here. I looked, I couldn't find a worm on it. It hasn't gotten any worse. So, and right now they're in the shade, but they get all morning sun. They do like a lot of sun. It's still hot here. Today it cooled off some. It's only in the 80s, but it's been in the 90s. So that still grow even though when it's hot, this variety will. Green Magic is a heat resistant variety, so it'll do better in the heat. And that's the way you plant these in a container. I'll be doing another video on how to plant them in the garden. So that's why I got all those extras there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.